I'm back again with another analysis. This time I'm going to look at these news talking about CROUSD. So we're going to analyze this with technical analysis via price action method, as always. And again, as always, it is just purely an educative content, not any signal or anything like that. So here in the news, we have seen that it says Silverage collapse continues crypto.com's banking problem. Okay, seems to be a negative news. We can see a red arrowish picture in TradingView as well. But the key points are crypto.com could be negatively impacted by the slew of crypto bank collapses in over the past year. The exchange has already lost the ability to provide US-based banking services in the European Economic Region, and the platform's CRO token has fallen by 82% over the past year. So it is really negative news. And also, it seems that in the history prior to this, we had some negative uh, downturns as well, as we can see. Here, if I just reset the view, you can see that this is my chart. There is no problem. This is the history of this crypto, not that much of history. And this is a good practice to just take a look how we can utilize technical analysis when we don't have that much of a history. So as we saw in the news the last year, you can see it has been started a very powerful downtrend. But in a weekly, what I want to just take away, the first thing is that I would like to just draw some level at the beginning of this, start of this um, point. And we can see we had some sort of an uptrend, and after that, a very powerful, more long, because it was just 1 month, but after that first month, very long powerful downtrend which broken this initial price, which was sometime an historical point, and the downtrend just continued, and the momentum is still there with the bad news that we just read. So this is the first thing. The second thing is that this downtrend, as I said, it's broke this, so it is not a corrective structure to this previous impulsive wave, this bullish one. So, of course, this is going to be an impulsive, uh, almost two times of this bullish wave. It has been dropped. So let me just clarify how we can count this wave. I can say this might be my first wave. Uh, this is some sort of a side wave. I can see this might be my second wave. I can see these very powerful as the third wave. We just jumped down here and broke this historical point, and probably we are going to see some 4 and 5, but let's not talk about it in details because we really need to zoom into this final wave to understand what is going on. So I guess that's a good information. We can find some other kind of levels here, something like here or here, but they are not really relevant to the current price. So I will say this would be enough. Let's jump into the daily. Let's zoom out to see this downtrend in more details. Let me just change this wave to my personal preference purple as the intermediate wave, which is our major trend. So I want to now continue counting the minor waves of each wave. So I would say that at the beginning, this probably was my first wave. This is the second wave. This is my third, fourth, and fifth as minor waves. And let's bring this color back to what it was initially. So as the minor waves here. So I'm happy about this. And this second wave, if you're if you're you don't if you're curious what is that, it is actually an expanded flat. Expanded flat is a flat that it is a range market, but the B wave just will be extended to from the level of the first wave, and also the third wave will just pass to these A, B, C will be actually go upper than the A. So if we say it, let me just clarify this as A, B, C, but these are minutes. That's also doing it as such. So the second wave of this minor wave can be counted as ABC, something like that, that it is expanded. So we can see A, B has been just a little bit expanded more than the actual impulsive wave, and the C wave just also moving forward and past the level of A. So this is the expanded flat. We can see again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a third wave. This minus can also be seen here, but doesn't matter really. We have understood what is going on here. The most important thing for me to understand this corrective structure, which initially could be weird. So after this first wave, I can see a side wave structure. So let me just clarify what this one is. And I can just draw two kind of levels here as the second wave. So this is the second wave. And as you can see, it has been again A, B, and C as the minor waves. Let's change them to the color that fit minors. So this one is not an expanded, but a running flat. So you can see that we had this ABC itself is a minute count, if we want to count the minute waves, and again another ABC, and probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with truncated wave, but don't look at those details. The most important thing that we are seeing a gap here. This gap in the flats, they are known, and they will be called as running, and usually happening when the main trend, which here is the downtrend, is powerful. So you can see how this A was so powerful, very sharp, and this running flat just created because it is powerful. It didn't want to just really go back to the top because sellers just kicked in faster than expected. So that's why it has been created a running flat, and now we can see another very powerful trend. If we can if we want to count it, I can say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be the waves of this last turn. So having this mind, we know that what happened just to this um, end of third wave. Let me just zoom in a little bit. I would like to have a better understanding of this. I know that this is in the end is the important when we want to take a look at these, because we know that this is the end of the third wave, and I can now for this last wave I can maybe draw something like this. Just it seems to be a channel. uh, I would like to clarify that. And probably the fifth wave, somewhere here, we will come back to these. But about the fourth wave, because the second wave, it was a running flat, as we just discussed. This has been a very simple zigzag sharp ABC, which the B is also a zigzag here. As you can see, ABC as the pattern, so as the corrective pattern, and the A followed by the C to the top as the fourth wave. So we also found it. So what about this uh, fifth wave? I can see it has been started as some sort of ending diagonal. Ending diagonals happening when the end of the trend, which is this powerful downtrend, is going to be get a little bit weakened. So it seems that this powerful, and also before continuing, let me just show you that we have a 0 point somewhere here. So this is the end of the possibility of this crypto because it is just decreasing and decreasing. So this is the zero. This cannot go beyond that line. But anyhow, we are seeing some sort of an ending diagonal because I cannot see a five wave structure, but third wave, I can say that this is the ABC because ending diagonals are five waves downtrend, and but the impulsive waves are not five by their correction tree, so it is not 53535, it is 33333. So I can see this is ABC, and we have had another ABC. I will really want to keep these details open to how you can them. They are not really important, but obviously it is not five-wave structure. Doesn't matter how you where you exactly put A. Is it this one or this one? Let's just not discuss these details because they're really not helping us to understand what is going on. But I'm seeing some sort of ABC, which is the ending diagonal, and you can see after this, if it is the first one, if it is the second one, the third, fourth, you can see how they can completely come to the territory of each other. So if this next one just kicked in, let me just instead of uh, saying these ABCs, showing them, let's just try to understand what are the minor ways of this diagonal. Maybe AB, 1 2 3 4 5. If we it continues its momentum somewhere here, so it cannot reach zero for sure, but something like this. So this ending diagonal actually has been started, and this is going to be my fifth wave. And you can see that the fourth wave can of course with these ending diagonals come to the territory of the first wave, and this is exactly the behavior of these ending diagonals. So far so good. We know that how we are going to end here. Let's jump into the hourly chart. Let's reset the chart. Let's zoom out a little bit to take a look at this last second wave as the corrective structure of these. If I want to just draw a trend line to see how it has been reacted, I can draw something like this. And I can see that it has been reversed from its this daily or weekly structure, probably a daily structure. It has been reversed. It has created some sort of uh, head and shoulder as well. So this is the left shoulder. This is the head, and also the right shoulder can be seen here. This is right shoulder. Um, and after a breakout, it has been also retested to the neckline. And sorry, this is not the neckline of this pattern. This is the neckline, and as you can see, it has been somehow broken and retested. And then after that, it continued its momentum and broke out this corrective structure anyhow. So we are seeing several indications of reversal, and as as a conclusion of the short term, I can see that this momentum just continue to some sort of a support zone, and we are going to see some sort of corrective structure, regardless of how much it can be. Maybe this can be enough because it is almost past the 32 percentage I can see just with a quick look at that. But the short conclusion, after completing this corrective structure, after we see some sort of a breakout, this corrective structure, we are going to see another downtrend continuing the momentum of this third wave of this diagonal, this ending diagonal, which is the last wave or fifth wave of the whole impulsive downtrend. So this is the short-term conclusion. If I go back to the daily chart, I would like to take actually um, pay attention to this one. You can see that this short term, I just draw um, an arrow, but the most important thing that we already have created some sort of support here with three bell bottom that actually leaded this corrective assertion structure to get created. But anyhow, we might see some sort of kind of reversal as the midterm to some sort of a breakout to this level, I guess. So this can be the one scenario, but another scenario can be that this third wave just come out a little bit and not passing a lot, just created some sort of a fake out, and it returns to that upper channel if it cannot really break this, and the fifth wave can actually be another come back to the same level as the truncated fifth wave. So that is one scenario. So we have short term, just coming back to this. We might pass this as a third wave, again coming back force and fifth wave, truncated wave. And then probably, if that's the case, it is going to say that because we are at the end of the diagonal, we are really low, we're already bad news, but this support actually saved us. And now after this, we're probably going to see as a long-term a breakout to this structure, and in the end, maybe an improvement on this chart. But another scenario for the midterm is that no, this support can be also broken. We can see another bearish momentum to downside. Then if that's the case, let me just change the color of this second scenario to something like that, or something that you can recognize, maybe this green one, or maybe um, maybe this can be enough. Let's make it two. Okay, so another one, let's make it red because it is even worse, so it makes more sense to be more reddish. Or pink, that's also fair. So we can have the second scenario as this third one, that it can, this support cannot save the cryptos.com um, value, and it also dropped back to the above the channel. And then in the case we probably be very so close to this also zero, and then course, and as the long term will be the return to the back as the force, and probably just return. And we don't know how much this will happen. Again, maybe coming back to here or truncated. Really don't know. Talking about that much long term, it's really tough. But what I was just to show you that I've come up with a lot of different scenarios. The reason is that, yeah, you're still with the short history. If I go back, these long terms make more sense when you look at the weekly view. Now you can see if I zoom in a little bit, if I expand this as well, if I zoom more, maybe much more. Okay, now you can see that these pink arrows now make more sense because we were talking about the long term uh, conclusion of this. Anyhow, because we have very short history, we have to come up with um, um, different scenarios because we really cannot uh, so something more certain in comparison to other analysis that we had. But the most important thing that if we go back to the short short-term conclusion, we already know that where we are standing, a reversal, it is our corrective structure, and then after that, we are going to see another momentum down to this very important support level. And from that time, then we might see and wait and see which path this will take. It is going to be an um, good, we are going to see some good news, an uptrend reacting to this, or no, it is continuing its momentum to downside. So, as the overall conclusion, I can say that with these short histories, you can just utilize this. You can keep the simplicity. Just yes, you cannot fetch or extract a lot of information, but you can keep it as simple as possible. Just follow the price action. We know that it is a very powerful downtrend. We cannot easily say that it is going to be a reversal, but because it has been shaped some sort of a resistance on this level, which is our support. Of course, we call this resistance at the bottom support, but this support might be in a start of a reversal. And that's the thing that, as I mentioned, we need to wait and see what it can be. Thank you very much. I think we are done with this analysis. If you have any question regarding my analysis here, um, because they are, as I said, they are educational content, feel free to join my Discord channel or Discord server, I mean. Um, you can find the link of that in the description or somewhere in my channel. Also, you can watch my previous streams in my YouTube um, if you are interested to. And I would be grateful if I can see some comments, feedbacks. How do you feel about them? So until next analysis, thank you for watching me and have a nice day.